Hey, good morning, everyone. Brian Hoops here with Midwest Market Solutions Market Insider TV. This is our opening commentary, Friday, May the 23rd. Thanks for joining us this morning. We take a look at our trading day ahead. Some big news overnight. You can see the S&P is down sharply here, 77 points, down 1.3%. And as we've talked about a relationship with gold, the opposite will happen. Selling in the S&Ps, buying in the gold. We're up almost 2% in the gold overnight. Crude oil down 72 points, the U.S. dollar sharply lower. All this comes on comments that President Trump is recommending a 50% tariff on the EU starting June the 1st. He has also talked about increasing tariffs against Apple for phones that are not built in the United States. That has hurt the shares of Apple this morning. And so it's comments coming out of the White House that is, again, affecting the S&Ps, either positively or negatively. And this time, it's certainly a negative announcement. So it did put a little pressure against the grain markets as well, despite the lower dollar. Corn down 3.5 to 2.25, beans off 7.25 to 8 cents, and the wheat futures are 3/4 to a penny and a quarter lower. We're seeing some weakness, mostly in the soybeans, a little bit in the corn. It's been a week since we've talked about any real tariffs, and I think the trade had anticipated, or at least had hoped, that we'd be hearing more and more announcements between countries that we were repealing some of these tariffs, and that has not been the case so far. So I think that's a little disappointment, certainly a lot of disappointment here in the stock market this morning. So let's talk about what's happening with these markets and other news and information. I'll be doing RFD TV this morning talking about the markets here at 8:15 Central Time. And then next week, I'll be back on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of next week. So hope you have a chance to tune in for those. If not, check out our website. You can sign up for our YouTube videos, and that will take you to the link for RFD TV, as well as our commentaries, our newsletters, and everything else. So Monday's Memorial Day. Markets will close normal time today and then remain closed until Monday night. That's when the grain trade resumes at 7 p.m. Central Time. Livestock trade resumes on Tuesday at 8:30 a.m. So we have a long time to wait for livestock, it seems, especially with cattle on feed and cold storage this afternoon. Now, the weather conditions look very favorable. Drier conditions forecast for the eastern corn belt. That shall allow for resumption of corn and soybean plantings. I've talked to some producers in that area who are behind compared to last year, way behind, and are looking forward to trying to get in the fields finally, and not really concerned about the yields falling off too much, but just wanting to get the crops in the ground, and this forecast looks better to allow that to happen. Argentina's soybean harvest is 77% complete. That's exactly the same with last year, and it is behind the average of 84. Corn harvest in Argentina, 41% done, really close to the average and ahead of last year's, actually. So, we've caught up. Now, if there's any more delays in the harvest, that could be friendly for our corn and soybean prices, but right now we are caught up back to normal in both of corn and soybean harvest. First, corn and soybean conditions of the season will be released on Tuesday. Expectations are for a very highly rated crop. We could be looking at 72 to 75% good to excellent type ratings across the country. That would be very high, and I think pull us back off of these levels that we're currently trading for both corn and soybeans. In the cattle markets, we had some light cash cattle trade this week. I think we'll see some more, especially in the southern plains today. But so far in the north, we're 230 to 231 live. That's $1 to $2 better. And 360 to 365 dress. That's $2 to $7 higher compared to the prior week. We'll be looking at maybe Packers trying to pull back their cash bids next week with the holiday. But this is a very strong market and sets us up for more strength again next week. So the cattle and feed report and the cold storage report comes out this afternoon, both at 2 o'clock Central Time. Estimates call for on feed at 98.5, placements at 96.8, with markings at 96.7%. These numbers here look to be a friendly report. Placements is the one that really stands out in here, down almost 3.2% from last month, and just there's not that much cattle, not many cattle out there to be putting into the feedlots, and those feedlots are barren, or they're much tighter. Even last year's numbers were tight. This year we're paying 1.5% less than a year ago. All right, let's sign off here and wish you a great day of trade. Good luck, everyone, and I hope you have a good Memorial weekend. And we'll be back after the close with our closing commentary.